Well, hello and welcome back to Spring Cottage on this really quite beautiful November morning. It's the 22nd of November, and about this time yesterday, at about 1 mile up the road, I was driving through near blizzard conditions, and like down here today, you just wouldn't have any clue. Clearly the snow didn't settle down here, but it did further north in Cornwall, and I think it made things quite treacherous. But I've been walking around here this morning and there's definitely a chill in the air. But the sun's been shining, there's horses in the field behind me, or ponies more likely, rams in the field in front of me. The songbirds are singing, I can hear the crows crowing. You just wouldn't believe it's not spring. So Spring Cottage is really living up to its name. So it's a Friday morning. I've changed my work hours, so I should hopefully have a bit more time to dedicate to coming down here and getting some work done, because it's been a good couple months since my last update. But I have been cracking on slow and steady and getting lots of jobs done, so probably about time for a quick walkthrough. What have I been up to? Well, the most exciting or most important thing that's going on right now is the tractor is now rolling. Not under its own steam, obviously. It's going to be a long time before that engine's up and running, I think. But I have had two gentlemen who have been working hard on it. They first came down, I don't know, probably 6 or 7 weeks ago, took a look over the tractor and said they didn't think it was worth it. To be fair, I didn't think it was either. So I said I was going to cut it up for scrap, and that was that. And then a week or two later, I got a phone call from Andrew, and they decided that they were going to come down and take another look and see what they could do. So before we go any further on that, I think it's time to introduce Andrew Lobby Lob and Chris Beavis Hobbs, who have been working so hard down here. I'm not sure if they're completely loving the fact that they're about to be on YouTube, but there we are. But yeah, so this is what's been going on with the tractor. So these are the original tractor wheels here on the left, and the plan was to take them back and weld them up once they got them off, because they're pretty rusted out and I don't think they were going to make it up the drive without disintegrating. So yeah, they were going to weld them up, bring them back and put them on, but in the meantime they happened to find these two tractor wheels off an old Massey, I believe, just for the sake of putting them on to roll it out the drive. So we got these on last week, I think, or 2 weeks ago. So that's all free and rolling and ready to go. Front wheels are free and rolling, ready to go. We're just missing some steering rods, which they're going to make out some rebar, I believe. And as soon as they bring them back, they're going to bring one of their Land Rovers in a trailer. And then this tractor is, fingers crossed, going up the drive, which is a pretty major milestone, to say the least. And even a few weeks ago, I didn't think this was coming out of this property in anything other than a bunch of pieces. So yeah, super thrilled with that, and hopefully we'll be seeing that on the next update. So that's massive. So well done, boys. Thank you so much for all your hard work. And I think that's kind of the prize behind the tractor. But yeah, I know Chris is planning on getting the tractor up and running. So we'll definitely get some footage of that, and then we'll see how we go with the Land Rover. I don't know what condition it's in. Once we get it out the hedge, we'll be able to make more of an assessment. But yeah, major milestones happening with the tractor and the Land Rover, which is awesome. My car has made it down here. It's been on a long-term loan to a friend that needed a vehicle. So I wouldn't make it out the drive until very recently, since the weather turned a bit and got a bit muddier. But I put some hardcore down the drive last week, so I've got some footage of that. So let's have a quick look at that quickly whilst I wander up the drive. So this is of course the perfect opportunity to once again say a great big thanks to my bosses for letting me borrow the work truck. It makes a really big difference for doing some of the work that I'm doing down here. So I'm really lucky and I really appreciate that. And I'm going to put the website up on screen and basically give the company a great big plug. GK Construction, come and check us out. So I'm absolutely loving how the drive is looking at the moment. All the colours of autumn. I think it was yellower last week, but I didn't have the common good sense to get some footage of it, I don't think. But I will try and insert some footage of what this looks like when I first got the place compared to now. And I'll do the same to come down this side. But hopefully this hardcore that I put down is going to make a difference to getting vehicles in and out. There's no way my car would have made it out last week, and hopefully it will now. I'll give it a try later and see. But yeah, again, I'll have to inset the footage from my first video of coming around this corner. It's so different. I mean, I've done so much clearing. I know I have, but yeah, so look at this. It's so different. Oh my God, so picturesque. Look at that. I'm the luckiest man in the world, aren't I? I know it. I really am. So what else I've been up to down here? Well, I had to get up on top of the van and clear some of these overhanging branches because I was getting absolutely no sun on my solar panels. So that was a fun job. I can put some footage of that in here. So since moving into the van in April, I have been completely self-sufficient in electricity. So all of my electricity either comes from the solar panels or from the DC charger in the van. So anytime the van's running, I'm getting a decent amount of juice from the engine. But the solar panels do make a pretty decent difference. I've got 200 watt solar on the van. So I really wanted to give them a fighting chance. So taking down these overhanging branches made a big difference, especially at this time of year when the sun's super low. I just needed to give the panels a fighting chance of getting something. They won't get as much as they will do in the summer, but at least they can get something here now, which they weren't getting when those branches were up. And what you don't get from the videos that I put up, there's just the difference of how it feels down here. The whole place feels so much more open with the hedge that I've taken out running up to the tractor there. And then these branches as well. And once the Land Rover gets out and I can get that pile of rubbish out, this place is going to feel so different. But yeah, after those branches, I then moved on to this sycamore that's been growing up here by the shed. I can only imagine it was a wind-sown sycamore because I don't think anyone would have planted a tree right next to their shed door. And quite a pretty little tree it was, but right in the way. So I took that one down a week or two ago, and I'm all right with the chainsaw. But I didn't fancy my chances of lopping that thing down and not either hitting the house, the tractor, or the Land Rover right here. So I decided the best way to do that was old school, and I climbed up the tree. Well, I used a ladder to climb up and cut the top down and kind of work my way down. So I'll put some footage of that in here. So as hard as this might be to believe as you watch me deftly scale this tree like a cat and carefully cut down each individual branch with my little handsaw there, I am not, in fact, a professional tree surgeon in any way, shape or form. So on the off chance that this does need saying, don't try this at home, kids. It's actually potentially pretty dangerous. Anyway, back to it. There she goes. Woo! Yeah, baby. Yeah, so that was a fun job. definitely a little bit exhilarating at times. I know it doesn't look that high on the video, but it definitely feels a lot higher when you're most of the way up, only holding on with one hand and trying to cut it down with the other. But it all came out cleanly and smoothly, so definitely no complaints from me on that front. But yeah, with that gone and the tractor about to go, then this landy can roll back for a closer look. But as soon as that's moved out of the way, I can start trying to clear this rubbish pile properly and then get the hedges trimmed. And that's going to just make this place feel about twice the size that it does at the moment, which is going to be amazing. I dread to think what's in this pile of brambles, because every time I try and peer in, I just see more rubbish, but we'll get to that in due course. In the meantime, the next jobs on my agenda are basically some trees down here. So these spindly ones here, and then possibly this chestnut, or maybe just the overhanging branches there. This one straight out in front is completely dead. The only thing growing on that is ivy, so that'll be coming out, and there's a couple little ones by the shed, but basically that is going to completely transform how this part of the property looks. It's going to open it right up, still be surrounded by trees basically, but it's just going to completely open this bit up, so that'll be really nice. The shed I've cleared. The shed's basically going to come down. It's mostly rotten wood. It's got a good solid concrete base underneath. So I'll take the shed down and maybe put another shed up or something else on that bit of concrete. So that's a job on the agenda. The static caravan here is also next on the agenda, or the ex-static caravan. I haven't touched this since the last video. So that'll come out. A good few days worth of clearing to get rid of all of that. This is very possibly where the cabin's going to end up going. So we'll see on that front. But I think that's about it for the jobs that I've done down here. So still plenty to do, but I'm feeling pretty positive with how it's all moved forward. Oh no, there was one more I did, wasn't there? There was a huge amount of glass just down here. So I've got rid of all of that. So I'm happy that that's all gone. I think I've got a little bit of footage of that. So I'll put that on. This is also on the agenda to start clearing this bit at some point, but that's kind of where we are at. So one other job that I did do that I forgot to mention on my walkthrough here was that whilst I had the truck bringing hardcore, I took another load of scrap out, just a small one this time, only 60 odd quid, but that still covered the cost of my hardcore and my breakfast, so yeah, pretty happy with that. Well, that's enough glass moving for one day, so this is what we're looking like. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? So I think I'm going to wrap this video up for now. Basically, I'm super happy with the progress and how everything's coming along. I know it's not happening lightning fast, but it was never going to. Basically, I made a rule for myself right before signing on the dotted line here that I wasn't going to rush and I wasn't going to stress over things. Because as soon as you do, as soon as you rush and you stress, then things become a hassle and a chore, and that's the complete opposite of what I'm trying to achieve down here. So slow and steady progress is actually very, very cool with me. I'm also very happy with how the channel is coming along. I passed the 1,000 subscriber milestone a few days ago. I think I'm on 1,300 now. So that's amazing and so encouraging. So thank you guys for your part on this, for your views, your likes, your comments. I really enjoy making the videos. I will get to your comments soon. I've just been very hectic recently, so I'm going to try and get caught up with that. So yeah, if you have watched this video and you have enjoyed it, then do please give me a like and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you if you have. But for right now, I think I'm going to go and light the fire. It's pretty chilly here. I'm going to get the fire lit. I'm going to get some food on the go, and I will see you next time. Hopefully pulling a tractor out at Spring Cottage. Have a great day.